evening, Boston. Another afternoon with the Emancipator. Today I have a very important show to bring forth to you. You know, every time we come into the Emancipated Hour, we give out a lot of information pertaining to all the good things in life. We try to turn the wrong and the bad into good, because we search out what is good, and we still have some of our people out there who is still behind to catch up, and we intend to make sure that whenever our time on this earth is finished, you are fully informed. Because I want to tell you something. The Bible, B-I-B-L-E, supposed to mean best information before leaving earth. And I does not think you just get all the best information. But today, we're going to give you some information, and I hope when you sit in front of the tube, you don't move, just get your pen and paper ready, because we're going to inform you and start teaching you so you will get the right knowledge, the right doctrine. Right here with me is Mr. David Wilson, and David is a very good friend of mine. We know one another for a number of years now. We always meet in the Senate House in Cudman Square, which is Saints Diner. That's our local Senate, where we sit down there, a crew of us, and we always exchange our ideas on the history that we research. This evening I want to introduce to you, Boston, Mr. David L.G. Wilson. He will give you a better introduction of himself, and then we will go in and you will hear what our topic is all entailed. Mr. David, it's a pleasure having you here, sir.
Yeah. My name is David Wilson. I am from the island of Grenada. I've been in this country for many years now, probably too many years. I have done quite a lot of research on the Bible and history, and I intend to give you as much as possible tonight. I would begin with, I am a poet.
All right.
And since I am a poet, I think it is fitting for me to start this with a poem.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, I would read a poem for you. The title is, Can I Forget? Can I forget Africa, my ancestral home, from which I was forced to roam, in the chains of bondage, to strange forbidden lands, laboring to fulfill an unknown master plan pasted together by conquering European bands? Can I forget Africa, land of powerful men, deceived by the cunning of so-called Christian friends, who delivered Africa's strength, weakening her moral fiber, selling Africa's sons as they did their Christ to the buyer with the highest price? Can I forget the curses from the master's mouth? Can I forget the devilish way he shouts? Can I forget the cruelty in his search for wealth, dangerous to every Negro's health? Can I forget the disgust when I began to read, keep him ignorant was all he pleaded? Can I forget the years of anguish and pain? Can I forget it was my blood they drained? No one will ever forget the men who fought slavery in vain to ease the nation of its collective pain. Can I forget the cruelty of the lynching mobs? No. My spirit remembers, my spirit still sees that cruel mob today.
All right. I mean, nobody will forget that. Nobody will forget that. You know, and while you open with that poem, Mr. Wilson, you know, I think before we get deeper into our conversation, the news that is on today on everybody's TV, on everybody's mind, all over the world today, they are talking about a young gentleman in Sanford, down in Florida, that Mr. Zimmerman saw a black man and thought, well, he was a suspicious person, and he just chased the kid down and killed him. I mean, you as ex-law enforcement, what do you think about this before we get into our discussion?
It is despicable for anybody at any time to use a gun on a young kid. The kid was unarmed, and in my opinion, there was no need for anyone to shoot him. It is important for us to realize that from the time we were brought to this country as slaves, that the same thing has been going on over and over again, and it has never stopped.
Yeah, and they try to make it, they're making us think that it is a Hispanic when his last name is Zimmerman.
I am quite familiar with the name Zimmerman. The mother of that young man happened to be somebody from South America, which is Hispanic, but his father
is a Jew.
Is a Jew. His father is Zimmerman. His father is a Jew.
And you know, as we talk, I would like the heirs and all who is out there under the condolences of the bereaved family to get this information, because up as we speak up to us now, this young man is still walking free because he stands his ground. And I believe, just they show you, just recently here, someone threw some powder on what's that big money woman there. They threw the powder on her. She was passing through the top, you know, Hollywood and the big fantasy. They threw the powder. The person who threw the flower on her was arrested. The Kardashian, one of the Kardashian, Kim Kardashian. But this is not what we want to talk about this evening, but I just want to throw that in there because everybody is outraged and talking about the behavior and what we have seen going on. So we come in writing to show you that from how long this kind of behavior is going on, and we are just sitting down, and it's time for we to stop singing, we shall overcome. We have already overcome a lot, but I don't know why we want to go back singing that song. That song is making you get more weak, people. We have to be strong. Now, as we talk in here, Mr. Wilson, you are a student of the Bible.
I am.
And I know you do a lot of reading.
I do quite a lot of reading.
I know. I can see your library, and this is just like touching the surface of it, because we held long discussion up in the Senate. Well, the only person missing in that seat there is Bonnie, but I hope you're in front of the TV listening. But I want to ask you, because today we hear the words going around about Israel and the America. Who are Israel and who are the true Israelites?
The true Israelites are the people who were brought from the west coast of Africa to the Americas and the West Indies. Mm-hmm. I would like to bring the...
You would like to go to the map?
The map.
Okay, if the camera could reflect, could give us a shot on that map right over there. Yeah. Go ahead and talk in the meantime. Go ahead and talk.
Yeah, there are many areas of the world where the Israelites were in ancient times.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
It is important for us to know that those people that were brought to the West Indies and the Americas mm-hmm. are the people that walked through the Red Sea. Okay. They are the people of the Bible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and speak.
There's the map on the, here's the map. You can see that red spot at the bottom on the west coast of Africa. This is the area where the Israelites were taken from. They had traveled from that part of the world, from Israel to that part of the world. They have traveled from various other areas to Portugal and other parts of Europe.
So what we're saying here, the people that travel from there, although they have the same skin color, are they the same people?
No, the Israelites are not the same as the Africans. They are a different people.
Could you give the difference between
I can give a difference between those people by going to the Zandervan
Bible dictionary?
Bible Dictionary.
Okay, well, you could go in there and we could get the information. Page 330. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. While you're looking there, so that little red area down in the bottom, that's where the area, you know.
Yeah, it's called the Slave Coast.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. With the same information from the Zander van, would you get it? You will see it in the book of Exodus. The same information that you're going to give here. Is that will be? We could get that in the Bible in the book of Exodus.
Oh yes.
Okay. So those of you who are at home, you could go to Exodus chapter 3 from verses 7 to 10. Right?
Yeah, that will talk about the Israelites and who they are and how they were different from the Africans.
Once you find it.
Yeah. Ham,
Okay.
the youngest son of Noah, born about probably 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor, the word progenitor means father, of the dark nations, not the Negroes. I want to be clear. The dictionary is saying not the Negroes,
Okay.
but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and the Canaanites. These are the people that are considered Africans. The Negroes are not considered Africans.
Okay. Now, who are the Negroes? Or how did that name divide?
The name Negro came about during the period when the Israelites were traveling from Israel to Portugal.
Okay.
The Israelites were first called Negroes in Portugal.
Okay.
The word Negro is a Spanish word that means black.
Okay. So now, something happened to the travel from where we're looking at on the map. That looked like you're talking about in 70 AD.
Yeah.
And in 1492 AD, see, from Babylon to Timbuktu.
Between 70 AD and 14